Runners Arena, and welcome in to a second round matchup of the Multitroid tournament. We have Shy Guy Defense Force, or SGDF for short, taking on Rando Calrissian. SGDF represented by Zero Lane and Fat Scott. Meanwhile, Rando Calrissian represented by Sir Cabby and Papa Schmo. I'm Ferran Burgundy. I'll be bringing the action here to you, and we are underway. So our runners are awaiting the morph ball pickup, and looks like they are doing so here. So now Scott and Papa are heading on over to pick up the missiles. It looks like is going to be in the construction zone. And those missiles will allow the Bomb Chorizo access here, which looks to be vanilla, so we are going to get a bonus battle. Meanwhile, up in the ceiling, we have some missiles as well. And some super missiles just beyond. And it looks like we have the prediction up. Which suit will be found first? The Varia or the Gravity suit? Now, this being a Multitroid, we have the teams working together to cover as much ground as they can, as quickly as they can, with the goal of defeating Mother Brain. So now we have Zero Lane heading down Terminator. And picking up, I believe that is a super missile. The feed went a little bit fuzzy. Meanwhile, we have energy tanks down at Old Mother Brain. And Sir Cabby going to be making a play here for the gauntlet. A bit of an early play utilizing something that is not part of the SMRAT statistics, or logic, I should say. And it looks like we have super missiles at the 230 location. Looks like Zero Lane, okay, that I can recognize as a reserve tank, but a little bit of fuzziness on Zero Lane's screen, not able to completely detect everything that's there. Actually, that looks to be the case for both of our upper players. That might be something just of mine here. It looks like that's a missile pickup at the front of Gauntlet for Sir Cabby. Okay, and it looks like Terminator is indeed super missile, confirmed by Papa Schmo. And there was a power bomb pickup along the way for SGDF's team. I believe that was in the back of Gauntlet. Now it looks like we have a frozen screen on Zero Lane's side, so we hope to get that back up momentarily. Back of early supers was the power bomb. Meanwhile, we have power bomb and looks like super missiles in the Gauntlet. Already Zero Lane heading on down to Edakun, so we've got the 3 checks there. Nothing major of note here. It looks like that is a super missile to start off with, and then inside we have another. Papa Schmo going for the infinite bomb jump to get up to the Crateria landing power bomb site. And there are the supers and power bombs. Trying to look both at the then and the now. It looks like we've got super missiles up at the landing site and regular missiles at the Brinstar Reserve, as well as regular missiles at the Edakun's PB spot. Early supers are missiles as well, and that looks like super missiles down in the early super room. So nothing really of note, as quite a few checks have already been made. Zero Lane going to be heading over into Pink Brinstar. Papa, meanwhile, takes a look at the moat and sees the missiles at the moat. And it looks like we have another freeze on Zero Lane's side. So Papa going to try to go for an early access to the wrecked ship, utilizing some well-timed jumps, and gets it. Gonna try to take a peek here, and oh, is that speed booster that I saw on Zero's side? Oh, it's Zero Lane's stream itself. Okay, well that is good to know, as we've got super missiles down in the mermaid location. And I stand corrected as I looked at it was green and flashing in a particular direction, but that was indeed plasma at the Mission Impossible, now that I'm looking at the replay here. Still, it's green and a heck of a find, so it's certainly a good thing there. And Zero Lane finding Gravity Suit, as we see from the purple locale here. We'll find out where that was a little bit later. Meanwhile, Papa is in the wrecked ship. Oh, it's above charge beam. Okay, at the big pink bottom missile. All right. And we have power bombs over at the spooky missile location. Yep, Cabby's about to find it as well. And does indeed pick it up. A little bit of energy farming on Sir Cabby's part. And there's Grapple Beam, and that looks to be at the Spore Spawn skip. Or Spore Spawn Super Missiles. That certainly makes traversing over the moat not terrible, as Papa working on the Fantoon fight. And we see there's an energy tank behind the wave gate, so that's vanilla. And Rando gonna pick up their grapple beam as well. And meanwhile, Scott about to go in for the Phantoon fight also. Alright, Sonic Pipe has frozen once again on Zero Lane's side. So hopefully the replay will bring something to light about that. There's also about a 30-second delay between the two, so that makes it a little bit difficult to keep an eye on then and now. And nope, there's the same freeze. Okay. And Papa has dispatched of Phantoon, and Scott has done the same, just a little bit quicker, as Papa having a little bit of trouble there. And now Zero Lane heading over to X-Ray as Rando picks up the E-Tank in the Wavegate location. And both Scott and Papa gonna take a look at what's in the wrecked ship. So Papa heading to the right. Meanwhile, oh, we've got high jump boots over on the wrecked east side. Cabby, meanwhile, heading into Mission Impossible, going to pick up their plasma for the Rando Calrissian team, that is. And we've got Screw Attack over on the west side. So far, a pretty loaded wreck ship. And Cabby, with those high jump boots, going to head back to check out the rest of Blue Brinstar. As Scott traverses through the spiky room of death, Papa's going to skip out on the rest of the wrecked ship, it looks like here. And we have super missiles in the Blue Brinstar PB location. And an E-Tank. Vanilla at the wreck ship Death E-Tank location. So Cabby gonna head on over to check out Billy Mays, and Zero Lane looks like heading either toward the warehouse or Upper Norfair. And we have an energy tank and missiles for Billy Mays. Meanwhile, an energy tank at the warehouse hidden missile location. And power bombs up in the beta room. Scott working on all those enemies up in the attic. And Zero Lane heading over toward Kraid. Scott doing everything possible to try to get these robots to move just a little bit faster. Never seems to work out that way, though, unfortunately. And it's just missiles and decides to move on past the assembly line. And no Kraid quick kill on Zero Lane's part. There are the supers at the Sonic Pipe. It's a lot to try to write down here. And it looks like there were super missiles and power bombs in the Alpha location. Energy tank beyond Kraid, where the Varia suit would be. And Scott is, meanwhile, working on riding all the conveyors here. And, oh, there is Speed Booster. Up at Missiles in the Sky. So that could be problematic here for Rando Calrissian, because Papa opted to skip out of the rest of Wrecked Ship. And that could be, for the Canadian fans out there, the TSN turning point. And we have Spring Ball at the Warehouse E-Tank. Yep, the Peepo SBs are going in chat for sure. Looks like there were supers and an E-Tank on Main Street. And we've got a look here at Mama Turtle, as Scott continuing to attempt to infinite bomb jump up. And it looks like there's an energy tank. Vanilla above Mama Turtle. And missiles in the hidden. Okay, so Mama Turtle's completely vanilla. Sir Cabby looking over to the Spazer location. And that is super missiles. And I think I said it, but wasn't writing it down as I was saying it. X-Ray. I know both of our runners went to it, but what was X-Ray? If chat could assist with that, since there's a lot to look at with 4 screens and one. It was indeed an E-Tank, okay. I was about 90% sure on that. And there is the Speed Booster, picked up by Scott. Now, Chrono, I do appreciate it. I was pretty sure it was an E-Tank. I was just looking for some affirmation, confirmation, one of those mations. Alright, Zero Lane freezing up and heading up towards Yellow Meridia. And it looks like missiles in the false wall. Meanwhile, Scott is going to be going bowling. Tabby, meanwhile, working on the Kraid fight. And a pair of E-Tanks in the watering hole. We have a missile in its vanilla location in the bowling alley, as Cabby dispatches of Kraid, and just missiles up at Wrecked Reserved. And super missiles at gravity, as well as in the aqueduct. And some power bombs as well in the aqueduct. And now Sir Cabby picking up the spring ball for Rando Calrissian's team. Things are certainly going fast and furious here, and I'm surprised that I'm keeping up for the most part. I don't think I saw what Maze Missile was. That was the only thing. Although I don't know if either of our runners... well, I guess it would have just been the one runner who went to it. In Scott. That is indeed a lot of supers that both teams have. So Zero Lane and Papa both going to be working on the Meridia spots. Gonna go for a Crystal Flash clip here is Papa Schmo. Meanwhile, the Climb supers, they just have some missiles. And Scott opts to pass on those, and we might have a halfie here for Zero Lane. Oh, just missed it. To quote the old Get Smart, Maxwell Smart from Don Adams, missed it by that much. So now we're going to take a look here at Precious Missiles, and oh boy, there's Varia's suit. That's important. That'll allow access to the heated areas. Meanwhile, we have power bombs and E-Tank. And another E-Tank down in the high jump area. Papa continuing to try to work on that Crystal Flash clip, and has done it. Zero Lane working on the Dragon fight in Meridia, looking for the quick electrocution, and gets it. Is going to opt to head down here and see what's behind. It's just a set of missiles behind Dragon in the space location. Cabby going to take a peek and just see some missiles at Croc Escape. And super missiles at the Botwoon E-Tank. We've got a save here on Sir Cabby's side. Zero Lane working on getting out of Dragon's lair. Papa doing just a little bit of farming. And is now going to head up in that direction as well. And Scott heading right on through Frog Speedway. Yeah, Speed was at Missiles in the Sky. Shy Guy Defense Forces team opted to full clear wrecked ship. Rando Calrissian's team did not. Papa Schmo deciding to head out early. And at least to this juncture, that looks to be the definitive game changer, for lack of a better term. So Scott now heading on down into Lower Norfair. Oh, Rando Calrissian finding space jump at the bubble missiles. A nice item for traversing and convenience. As Papa now picking up the Varia suit. And that's going to allow Sir Cabby to head on down. Meanwhile, in the right sand pit, we had missiles, and I believe... is that also missiles? Zero Lane making a play here, possibly for Plasma, it looks like, as Papa working on the Dragon fight. Gonna try for the same... oh, nope, is gonna unload some missiles. Yeah, Zero's gonna make a Plasma run here. Certainly a unique play, but it's a high-risk, high-reward play if it works out. But it's just missiles. So Scott now traversing past the Key Hunters. And Papa having a bit of trouble here with Dragon, getting smacked around. No quick grapple kill, but is able to go a little bit more delayed here as Cabby, before heading on down, gonna see if there's something here in the Firefly Funhouse, and it's just missiles. Scott taking quick care of the Metal Pirates as Papa finally finishes off Dragon. And Cabby a couple of rooms behind in terms of going after Ridley. Opting for that Firefly Funhouse check initially. So Scott is going to be the first into Ridley. But yes, a concern. Oh, there's Charge Beam. And that was something that was missed or left behind in the Power Bombs of Shame location. Yeah, no need for microwave at this point, as the only boss left for both teams is Ridley, and now just for Rando Calrissian as Scott takes care of Ridley. And not even going to bother checking, probably because with all those super missiles, it is essentially go mode. So Zero Lane heading out of Meridia. Cabby trying to farm up. And Schmo also not too far away from heading back toward the ship. But I think, yes, by the time that Sir Cabby gets all of this farming done, that'll be around the time that Papa will get to the ship. So it looks like Papa's going to get there mid-fight. Going to utilize the charge and plasma for the moment, but there come the reserves. A fresh 65 of the super missiles, so that'll allow Cabby to just wail into Ridley here. Meanwhile, Zero Lane, the first to enter Torian at just over 31 minutes. And we see power bombs behind Ridley, and Rando Calrissian doesn't realize it, but they're in some pretty dire-ish straits at the moment. Although that being said, it's only about a 30-second difference as far as both teams entering Torian, so maybe it's not as dire as I'm making it out. And there is still all kinds of RNG with these Metroids, as well as the final boss, Mother Brain. Now, one of the other time issues for Rando Calrissian is that, well, they have more energy tanks. They have 12 as compared to 7 for SGDF. But there is the stand-up, yes, that can be done to save a small amount of time. But will it be enough? As Zero Lane working on the final room of the Metroids. So Papa about 2 rooms behind now. Yeah, no Zeb skip either. Maybe baby skip, we'll certainly see. Although with the energy being that low, it might be better to just tank down, and that looks to be what Zero Lane is doing. Just don't tank down too far. Oh, there you go. So now that baby cutscene is over, and Zero Lane gonna head on to get the refill. Papa, meanwhile, is damaging down as well. Yeah, this has tightened up just a little bit here. Here comes the cutscene. Zero Lane is gonna, well, has to hold off on saving because Scott's right there to do so. But yeah, there is that advantage with speed. But is gonna just go through the normal way. Yes, the crystal flash clip is how Rando Calrissian was able to get through Meridia and take out Botwoon and Dragon. So there's the first form of Mother Brain down. Cabby heading Oh, into Croc Escape. Okay. And now just firing off the super missiles. Is Zero Lane. Scott waiting anxiously by the ship for the okay to go once the countdown starts. Now, this is a best 2 out of 3, I believe, at least as the same as the first round.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm already
Because randomizer gonna rando. So here is the baby cutscene on Zero Lane's side. Papa just continuing to lay in those charged plasma shots. And now unloading supers, taking some of those beams to the face just to try to damage down a little bit more. And is not going to go for the stand-up, and ooh, almost damaged a little too much down, but was able to get just enough here, but it looks like the entire length of a cutscene looks to be the difference about at the moment here. Yeah, because the two runners are communicating with one another as a team, it's kind of hard to utilize some of that here. But now we're on the rainbow beam for Zero Lane. Papa, meanwhile, part of the baby cutscene. Sir Cabby just heading into Crateria to get ready at the ship. And there's the countdown, and first place overall is going to be Scott for SGDF with an official race time of 37:46. However, the race isn't won until both team members make it to the ship and escape. So now it's just Zero Lane working on getting out here. Looking to save a little time with the moonfall is Zero Lane, and now these timed wall jumps up the side as the acid starts to rise. And Sir Cabby is right at the ship. And well, there we go. So it's 37:46 for Scott. And looks like Cabby and Zero Lane actually entered at the same time of 39:07. So, but Cabby, I guess, just sneaking in second overall. But 39:07 is going to be the official time. Shy Guy Defense Force is going to take game 1 here. Get out your GGs for both teams. So Papa working on the escape. And it'll just be a little bit away here. So the overall time going to be a little over a minute and a half difference, as Rando Calrissian, they are going to finish with an official race time of 40 minutes and 45 seconds. So just a 98-second difference between both teams. Coming up here on Speedrunners Arena in a little over an hour from now, it's going to be Team Cat Jam of Diddy and Vibrant Colors taking on the team of French Bress. That'll be Farfaloo against Bressingham, or along with Bressingham, I should say. As that is another one of the round 2 matchups here, the quarterfinals of this Multitroid tournament. And it will be of interest for both of these teams that you see here, as the winner of the series between Rando Calrissian and SGDF will take on the winners of Cat Jam and French Bress. Yep, 2 matches still to go, potentially, for this one, as I don't believe we have the second race between these two teams scheduled, but as noted, at 2 p.m. Eastern, just 73 minutes from now, and that'll be over on Speedrunners Arena 2. Oh, it's right now. See, nobody told me that. I figured it was a one and done. All right, I guess I'm sticking around a little bit longer here. I didn't realize that the whole series is going now. Is that what I unrealizingly signed up for here, WJG? That's fine if that's the case. I just all the races in one apart is the entire series in one go. Ah, okay. All right, so we're just keeping this party going since they're shorter races. Okay, that does make sense. So I guess we'll be taking a moment here for our runners to get the new race room and new seed rolled and everything of that nature. And we'll have race number 2 in this best of 3 coming right up here on Speedrunners Arena.